We're back.
Oh, and welcome to Adjusted Kinder with Jay and Lee. That was actually really good.
Yeah. So today we are jumping into that paranormal topic.
Ghosts.
Because Jay and I were talking about weird noises in houses.
Mm-hmm.
And how, so I was sharing that, before we got the dogs, we had a cat named Maggie. She was a beautiful Maine Coon.
Which I want one now.
I would always, like, if I heard any weird noises, just like to not freak myself out, I would just automatically blame Maggie. It's like, oh, it's just Maggie jumping on things or something.
Knowing dang well it is not
right.
her.
Well, yeah, there would be times I would tell myself that, but she would literally be in the bedroom in the bed with me at the foot of the bed. And I'm like, I'm just going to keep letting myself believe that it's Maggie. But you have your own little ghost, don't you?
Yes, my ghost Diana. We love her. Actually, me and one of my friends named her after the movie. If you guys seen it, Lights Out. Oh my god, I love that movie. Besides the Scream movies, if I want to go for a good horror movie, I always go for Lights Out. Even though, don't get me wrong, I will literally like walk around the house paranoid after that movie.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
It's funny because like I can't even go to sleep with my TV off. Well, actually, my TV on now because like I can't go to sleep with like a bunch of noise because I feel like I'll end up watching it. But I always feel like there's someone watching me when I'm laying down. Like I'll like turn around. And I think I even told you this. I believe if like you're under the covers, no ghost can get you.
That is the universal belief of every kid. Like as long as you are covered up with a cover, nothing can hurt you. I just remembered like a really funny saying though, that they were like, if you are like basically sad or afraid of being alone, just to watch a horror movie because then you won't think you're alone anymore.
Literally. Wait, I've never heard of that, but that's like, that's like good.
I know. I was like, when I read that, because I swear I just saw it when I was like scrolling on social media the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a funny little quip. But yeah, so I know we were kind of talking about different things because when we knew we were going to talk about this subject, I was like talking about certain things and you were like, I have never heard of that. But have you seen Supernatural? I mean, it's like one of the most popular shows out there. No?
I have never
with
seen
like the
that.
Winchesters. I mean, it's all like, fiction, but okay, well,
and you're like, okay.
I mean, and there are some other things, but no, like, I mean, I know before we talk about Ghostbusters and all that too, but like, so one of my big things,
Hello?
my eldest son says hello.
He's going through it right now.
He just gave me the death stare.
I don't think he likes making an appearance on the podcast.
But no, so one of the like folklores that I've always been kind of aware of since I was younger was that of Baba Yaga. Yeah, folklore.
It reminds me of Taylor Swift when you say that.
Oh no, like it's an actual folklore. But no, it's Baba Yaga, and you were like, what? Who is that? And
yeah, because even he said that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, so I mean, I always knew Baba Yaga as like this evil lady for like she would kidnap kids and eat them.
Okay, I need to like search up this lady to see what she looks like.
But there are some I guess stories that also say she can be like wise, like an old wise woman that can help people.
Where's her name
but
at?
I never heard the good stories. I always am like aware of like the bad stories. And then of course like the Amityville Horror was something that I was aware of growing up. And I know like The Shining, that was another popular, like that's a novel, but they also made a movie based off of it. So those were kind of like some
this
of
woman?
like my
This woman?
Yeah. With like the house made of chicken legs and everything.
Why does she low-key... Okay, Hansel and Gretel. That's what she looks like. That's what, in my opinion.
You think?
That's what she kind of looks like. Is that the first like lady that they go into like her house?
No, I don't think so. No, because like that witch's house was made of candy.
Well, not the house. I'm talking about the woman in particular.
I don't think so.
Like
I think
without
that's just
her dressed up as the house.
I think it's a separate witch because I feel like the witch in the Hansel.
I'm not
and
saying
Gretel
they're the same witch. I'm saying they look alike.
Oh, okay. Like
she thinking I said that they
I
were
don't
the
know.
same
Well,
witch?
I feel like Baba Yaga and all the things that I've seen her depicted in,
she kind of looks
like
a witch though.
Yeah,
like
she
a
looks
long nose.
mean. Yeah, I feel like she always looks mean. And I feel like the witch in the Hansel and Gretel story kind of looked nice. Like it was like the whole facade, like of her house made of sweets. Like she looked really nice. And then it was like, because didn't like the candy put them to sleep or something like that? We're like getting into the whole like.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Did we watch the different? Did we see different Hansel and Gretels?
We may have. Well, there are different versions.
I'm talking about the original Hansel and Gretel.
Well, I mean, the original would be by the Grimm brothers, and I have the Grimm fairy tale storybook right up there. You know, we can always come back to this topic.
Where?
Because okay, guys, I have a really big bookshelf, and I have a lot of books.
Okay, it's not as big as she's making it seem like. Don't think of the Beauty and the Beast bookshelves.
Okay, so wait, right here. Okay, Grimm's complete.
What
fairy
the hell?
tales. Yes.
Okay, can I just say before anyone says anything, hell is not a bad word.
I do not count it as a bad word.
I don't either, but
be
quiet.
But no, so I mean, we could.
Who signed it?
I'm sure. Well, I got this at a a used bookstore. So
that's why it says to whatever their name is from
someone who is not me. So yeah,
it doesn't say to Lee.
But no, so I can see if this is in here. I'm sure it would be. It is. Oh, one of my favorite numbers, page 101. Oh,
she only says that because growing up she had a Dalmatian.
I was obsessed with 101 Dalmatians when I was a kid, so much so that for my 10th birthday.
Wow, that was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I got a Dalmatian puppy for my 10th birthday, and
Mom, if you're listening to this, that's a sign to get me a dog or a cat. Yeah, I've been needing a dog or a cat, so you better get me one before I pick up a stray off the side of the road.
So wait, why was I looking up Hansel and Gretel? Like what?
Because if you can't tell, she has very old lady brain.
No.
And we're back because I said something I shouldn't have said.
Yes.
It wasn't anything bad. It's just
a slip of the tongue.
Inappropriate comment that I accidentally said, and Siri, my phone just went off.
Okay, so I got the original Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales book out. And yeah, so in the original, I know. In the original story, yes, I mean they did go to sleep.
But in the movie,
right, that you literally were thinking of, yes, yeah, because there are multiple different movies. Adding that in there.
As you can tell, we have a love-hate relationship, mostly love.
Yeah.
She accidentally, never mind, let me not say that. Then we would have to cut that out too, guys. But no, in the version that I watched, oh my god, this is bothering me. The headphones, it's not funny, I'm mad now, you're laughing at me. She's so mean to me, guys.
You're the one that slipped up.
And you're the one making fun of me for it.
I was just laughing with you.
I mean, I was laughing
You
too.
were laughing so hard.
I was laughing, and then she continues. And the son continues. What? You're laughing at me now.
So I just wanted to make sure we
topics
stayed on topic.
Okay, but no, in my version that I saw, the witch literally turned around and smiled at them, and then it cut to where it was Gretel in a cage, and she had Hansel doing her work.
Okay.
Why is you like staring into my soul?
No, I'm just giving you my undivided attention.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just listening, being a good audience.
Love you for that.
You're welcome. Now, but I do want to kind of like get back to this though, because my youngest son actually says that he can see like dark spirits.
Yeah, maybe he shouldn't tell your guests that
He
because
freaked you out.
yeah, he like freaked me out because I was in the living room. He goes, "Yeah, there's ghosts in my room and spirits in my room." And then he said that there's spirits in your front room because that's kind of just where like their desk and stuff are, and where they play their VR and stuff. And then he's like, "Yeah, the hallway where like obviously the boys' room is, and then your bathroom." He's like, "Yeah, there's ghosts in that hallway too." I was like, "Oh, thanks. I'm just gonna stay away from the left side of your house."
Right. Yeah, no, and it's been freaky before because like, I mean, there's been a few different times where he has literally told us like that he can see like a dark shadow or
And
a
it's
man.
like, what do you mean?
And yeah, and it's like, what? Like, hold on, wait, what? And then what's even more freaky though is that like, this is when we only had Brownie. We didn't have the other two puppies yet. And Brownie would literally like look in the same spot he would be looking though, and she would be barking. And like Hunter would be like, "Oh yeah, like there's like a dark shadow man over there."
It's like, "Girl, what do you mean?"
I know, and I like, and what's weird is like, so my oldest son and I, because like it would happen when like all of us would just be in the living room having like a movie night or something, and just randomly like, oh, like Barney would start barking and looking at certain spots of the house, and it's like, you know, what's going on? Like, did you hear something?
Yeah,
like,
but I feel like maybe now it's like normal for Brownie because she barks at everything. Like literally, there will be a bunny in the backyard and she'll.
well,
like, start
I mean that's
barking.
different though. But like no, like my oldest son and I, we would like kind of look at each other, and then we would look at like my youngest son and the dog. And they would still be very intently looking that spot, and he would be like, "Yeah, there's a spirit there right now," and I'd be like, "Okay," like, you know, and I'm trying to be like calm, cool, collected, like adult, because like,
And in reality, you're like, "I want to get out
in
of
my
my
mind,
own house."
I'm like, "Oh, okay, like I hope this spirit don't hurt me." But
Didn't you walk over towards
yeah, I
it?
was like, no, there's no spirits, there's no ghosts. Like, here, see, I'll come over here. And I mean, he literally, my youngest son, got so scared for me, and he's like, no, mommy, don't, it might hurt you, and please don't go closer. And he's walking towards you now. And then I would look back over at my oldest son, and he would look at me like, oh crap, like
get away from
here. So yeah, so I mean, we've definitely had our like fair share of like really creepy moments.
Didn't he say that it was starting to reach out to you?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah. So yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
Okay, and we're back because her son said something he should have not said.
I mean, it wasn't really that bad.
Are we being for real?
But
it was worse
like,
than mine.
It was like an in the moment, like, oh yeah, like totally. But anyway,
Yeah,
so no,
totally. That is so what he said.
It's but no, we've definitely had our fair share of like creepy incidences in the house. I'll say that. But no, so yeah, I think we kind of covered the main points there, where we can blame the animals for weird noises, and my youngest son can see evil spirits, and so can the dogs.
But they say that animals can see things that we don't.
Oh yeah, and I believe that for sure. And I guess like the $1 million question for this podcast: do you think ghosts exist? We can put that.
Well, according to my phone, it does.
I
actually do believe ghosts exist.
Yeah, I definitely think that paranormal things are out there.
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
especially after reading my teacher's book. Yeah, I had a teacher actually this school year before I went and started doing online school. He wrote like so many like stories about like the paranormal, and well, I'm not going to say one of his book titles because it's in the state we live in, so
Oh, okay.
like a couple of them do. But I mean, I'm guessing because I'm about to say the book that he wrote, so I'm guessing if they were to go and search it, that's like pretty easy for them to tell. But he wrote a book called Dark Woods, and I actually was reading it. My personal opinion on it, I think, because I actually did start reading it a little bit more after, it was very interesting, but the parts that I was reading, so actually one day, he was like, "Oh, Jay, what are you reading?" I was like, "Oh, like I'm reading," like, this was after, like, I stopped reading his book because for my birthday I got It Ends With Us, which I requested. I really wanted that book so bad.
Yeah.
And so my mom went and got it. And so I was like, oh, I'm reading It Ends With Us. He goes, oh, I thought you were reading Dark Woods, my book. I was like, yeah, it's kind of boring. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, like, it's good that you're giving your honest opinion about it instead of, like, just reading it because you feel bad. But he's like, yeah, by the way, like, this was before I got my book. And he was like, yeah, that's not where the book starts. I was like, what do you mean? Like, the book starts on page
like,
1. I mean, last time I checked, the book starts on page 1, chapter 1. And he's like, yeah, well, like, technically it does, but, like, the beginning of it is, like, the backstories and stuff.
Right, like, to give more context to the main story.
Yeah, and, like, about his experience on it, because obviously the book is, like, his personal experiences with it and stuff.
Okay.
And it's basically, like, about paranormal, which all of his books are about, like, ghosts and stuff. And
Oh, okay.
hauntings. Which is why, which obviously, you know me, I like my crime shows.
Yeah, you
and
like
murder
your
shows.
like murder mysteries for sure. Yeah.
And so obviously, like, after I started reading it, like his book again, after I finished reading like the book I was reading before, I started reading more into it. It's actually very interesting because it's like talking about ghosts and stuff. And I think one part in the book that I was reading, from what I remember, don't fully quote me on it, but it was like basically about a story of like a guy who like was seeing like a deer or something in the road, and he like stopped, and like when he looked back, like there was no deer. Which I feel like that's something I've also seen in like TV shows too.
You know, I just remembered.
I know I seen you writing on your little notepad
I'm like,
over there.
I need to say this because, well, yeah, no, I do like. I mean, obviously, I have my certain genres of shows and books and stuff that I typically like, but I also am a fan of the paranormal stuff as well. And that just reminded me, you talking about that, about a show on Netflix called Lockwood and Co. And they're based off of books. I haven't read those books, but I did watch the season of Lockwood and Co. on Netflix. And I'm a really big fan of it. But again, as usual, the shows that I like typically get canceled. But I mean, I could always read the books, but there was also another one on Netflix called Dead Boy Detectives. And that one's really good too. But I'm not too sure if that's based on a book or not. But no, those were two really good like paranormal type shows on Netflix that I would definitely recommend for people if they're fans of paranormal shows. Like
She was just speaking of the fact on her shows get canceled. This is no promo, but I feel like I have to say this. Go stream Criminal Minds season 18.
Oh God.
On May, I think it's May 5th. Paramount Plus. We need to all watch it together.
That's your new season of it, right? It's coming
new
out.
Season of it.
Yeah.
We can all talk about it together on our social media, which you guys should really follow.
Speaking of ghosts, there is a show. So I get on Paramount to watch a few different shows, and my mom and I we're watching Ghosts. It's the U.S. version called Ghosts.
Yeah, I always heard you guys talking about that.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I like it. It's up my alley. But one of the main actresses in it, I'm a really big fan of her work. I usually like a lot of the movies that she does. What? Oh, but no. So that's another one that's really good to watch. But no, so. I think we might just be a little afraid that we're gonna say something again in this episode.
I know this is the first episode where we ever had to like cut,
right?
Because we've said something,
right?
Which it's not anything like I said, it's not anything bad,
crazy bad, or
but
anything.
it's like something. It's more of a bad word.
I know.
I mean, I didn't fully say my bad word. I was trying to say something, but it was a tongue twister.
I think, I wouldn't say that they were like bad words per se, but they could be bad words to other people.
I mean, the one that he said was considered a bad word.
I don't think so. I mean, anyone who has watched the Osbournes, and my, I would say my peer group. But
also,
I would say that kind of became a common word.
But I also feel like, okay, we're kind of getting off topic, but totally. I just had to say this.
Surprise.
I feel like bad words are only bad in the context that you use them in.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
The way he used it was not
in a negative connotation
not in a
at
negative
all.
way at
it was
all.
like a casual use.
More than if he was like cursing at you or somebody else.
Exactly.
Which he doesn't do. I can say.
Yeah, my kids are usually pretty
They
proper.
love you too much for that.
Yeah. But no, so again, I don't think you or he said anything crazy.
Mine was like
they were
more
just
of like I was
like,
trying to say something and it's like I didn't fully say it.
Maybe we should have an episode about that.
Like bad words.
About
and
like
stuff.
different like languages and things in other languages that would be like misinterpreted or misconstrued by people who aren't used to that.
He's
Yeah,
yes.
that would be. You know what? Yeah, we'll have to do that for the next episode. So let's go ahead. We can end our paranormal discussion here. We will make a poll though to see who all out there also believes that ghosts exist.
Wait, can I add a fun fact? I feel like we need a fun fact of the day.
Oh, what's that? Okay.
Which I even told you this fun
fun fact to know and tell.
Okay.
That's what one of my college professors used to say all
As
the time.
long as it's nothing bad, you can say it.
Yeah,
Can I say something?
Yes.
Yeah,
As long as it's nothing
I
bad.
know a good fun fact.
What's a
What?
good fun fact?
If you eat 9,000 ants, it gives as much protein as a protein shake.
Oh, okay.
No, that wasn't going to be my fun fact. My fun fact is actually a person told my aunt this, which I told you guys. She said that people in India don't use toilet paper. And because she was like that,
What's it called? Pop culture shock?
Oh, I don't know.
oh my god.
I don't know.
Like the most cultural difference you would be surprised about. And she's like, oh, the housing, because obviously people in different countries decorate different.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, no, we don't use toilet paper. And I was like, what? When my aunt told me that, and she's like, yeah, I think they said it was bidets that they
I was
use.
going to say, do they have a bidet then? Because, yeah, I mean, I could see that.
I mean, yeah, but even my aunt was like, yeah, that's so weird. But apparently at certain hotels for tourists and stuff that they do. Mm-hmm. But it's that's such a weird fun fact.
Well, I keep telling you that, if I could go back to my younger self, I would have taken a year off between high school and college just to travel the world.
That doesn't tell you how old she is.
So I think it's a great thing for young people to do is to maybe try to, be a little more cultured, travel as much as you can. But yeah, so
that's going to be a new thing that we do. We should start doing fun facts at the end of the episodes.
We could. But all right, guys, so we are going to end it here. We will go ahead and look up some things for other languages for our next episode. And feel free, don't forget to go to our website at adocpodcast.com. And
our social media, we're on TikTok